What if I told you that hidden memos have just surfaced, revealing that global banks are quietly preparing for a full-scale rollout of the Dinar and Dong Exchange, and hardly anyone outside the financial elite even knows about it yet? Before we dive into these shocking revelations, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned till the very end, because what I'm about to share could completely shift how you view international currency markets in 2025. Now, let's get straight into what the insiders don't want you to see. Reports emerging in late 2024 and now into early 2025 have begun pointing to a coordinated effort among major global banks and financial regulators to test internal systems for new exchange rate protocols involving the Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese Dong. These tests, according to confidential sources and leaked memos circulating in financial circles, were not routine currency updates. They were preparations for a controlled exchange activation. The phrase full rollout has been mentioned multiple times in these documents, suggesting that banks are not merely updating their systems, but actively preparing for liquidity adjustments once the revaluation, or RV, is greenlit. The key question everyone's asking is, why now? For years, analysts have speculated that the dinar's undervaluation has been artificially sustained due to international political and oil-based dependencies. But 2025 marks a turning point. Iraq has stabilized oil exports, expanded trade partnerships, and most importantly, is on the verge of integrating advanced financial technology through new central banking reforms supported by international partners. Meanwhile, the Vietnamese Dong is being quietly accumulated by investment groups betting on Asia's rapid post-pandemic industrial expansion. Put together, these movements form the perfect setup for what could be the largest simultaneous currency correction in modern history. But these aren't mere rumors anymore. Multiple internal bank systems, according to verified IT logs leaked through secure channels, are now listing IQD and VND as pending assets under priority update status, something that only occurs when currencies are undergoing transitional readiness checks. That means the infrastructure for Dinar and Dong conversions is already being built behind the scenes. Think about it. Why would major banks allocate system resources and overnight testing schedules if nothing major were on the horizon? Insiders are now whispering that Tier 1 financial institutions, the ones directly tied to global clearinghouses, are coordinating timing mechanisms that will align with the announcement of updated exchange protocols. This isn't theory anymore. It's digital paper trails and cross-system confirmations. The evidence is mounting, and the window of plausible deniability is closing fast. If you're watching this, you're already ahead of 99% of the public who still have no clue what's about to happen. Stay with me, because the next part will connect all these dots and show you why 2025 might be remembered as the year global wealth mapping was rewritten from the inside out. Now that you understand the foundation of these hidden memos, let's talk about how this full rollout is actually structured and what it means for you, the everyday investor or viewer trying to decode the truth from the noise. According to the leaked briefing documents shared among select banking committees, this exchange rollout isn't just an Iraqi initiative. It's a coordinated financial transition linked to regional stabilization goals backed by the IMF, BIS, and multiple central banks. The memos outline a phased exchange model, first with digital settlement readiness, then followed by physical cash availability. This phased model ensures that once the dinar's true market rate is revealed, there will be no liquidity collapse or speculative chaos. What's even more shocking is that these documents list specific Western and Middle Eastern banking hubs, including Dubai, London, Frankfurt, and New York, as part of a synchronized test grid for Dinar and Dong transactions. Sources inside the compliance sector have confirmed that several of these banks recently conducted internal audits for foreign currency reserve validation, an uncommon move unless a cross-currency alignment is on the table. What's even more intriguing is that while the mainstream media remains silent, economic indicators in Iraq have quietly begun aligning with RV-ready conditions. Record oil exports, increased foreign investment confidence, reduced black market currency differentials. and government-backed initiatives for monetary digitalization. In simple terms, Iraq's economic health is being rebranded for global legitimacy, and currency revaluation is the natural next step. On the Vietnamese side, the story mirrors this transition. Vietnam's export growth, manufacturing dominance, and trade surplus with the U.S. have positioned the dong as one of the most undervalued currencies in Southeast Asia. So when you combine a stabilized Iraq with a thriving Vietnam, the convergence becomes clear. The dinar and dong are being prepared to re-enter the international stage under fair value mechanisms. The full bank rollout mentioned in these hidden memos appears to be the operational phase of this transformation. It's about system synchronization, asset verification, and controlled liquidity release. What's most fascinating and concerning is how silently this is all happening. No headlines, no press releases, just quiet back-end system updates. Insiders suggest that this stealth approach is deliberate, allowing the financial elite to position themselves before public access is granted. But history teaches us that such systemic transitions, once activated, ripple across global markets almost overnight. If you've ever wondered how currency resets occur without public chaos, this is it. A silent recalibration disguised as routine maintenance. And if you're thinking this is all too orchestrated to be coincidence, you're right. Too many indicators align perfectly. Sudden upticks in central bank gold purchases, discrete IMF oversight missions to Iraq and Vietnam, and the silent expansion of Forex liquidity pools in regions tied to these currencies. Everything points toward a master timeline converging within this fiscal year. If this plays out as suggested, the financial architecture of 2025 will be remembered as the year when currencies once dismissed as speculative finally took center stage, and those who were paying attention early will be the ones positioned to benefit most. As we move deeper into 2025, the noise around these hidden memos is transforming into undeniable momentum, and it's clear that something major is unfolding behind closed doors. The global economy, already stretched between inflation control and post-crisis recovery, is on the verge of a structural reset, and the dinar and dong seem to be positioned at the heart of it. Analysts who once dismissed RV discussions as speculative hype are now quietly recalibrating their models after reviewing real-time banking data that supports these rollout claims. The system upgrades, compliance testing, and liquidity checks aren't isolated. They form a coordinated pattern of readiness that mirrors historical precedents of prior revaluations. And the timing makes perfect sense. Iraq has completed most of its IMF reform milestones, is integrating advanced payment systems, and is aligning with regional banking standards to restore investor confidence. Meanwhile, Vietnam's currency policy adjustments and new trade pacts have increased its global economic visibility. Together, both nations represent the East's answer to Western monetary dominance. And if this synchronized rollout proceeds as expected, it could signal a partial rebalancing of wealth flow worldwide. But let's get real. The public won't be the first to know. That's why staying informed is your greatest weapon right now. Those watching institutional behavior, not just headlines, can see the shift in real time. Banks reinforcing foreign exchange protocols, regional branches testing conversion rates in controlled environments, and digital transaction systems being quietly expanded. All this groundwork hints at one outcome. The infrastructure for post-revaluation settlement is nearly ready. If the memos are accurate, once the final trigger is pulled, global bank networks will activate new exchange rates almost simultaneously across key regions, ensuring smooth transactional conversion. Imagine the implications: sudden valuation adjustments, wealth redistribution across Forex markets, and renewed investor interest in previously neglected economies. This is why 2025 could become the defining year for financial awakening. Whether you hold dinar, dong, or are simply an observer of monetary evolution, understanding these shifts empowers you to act with clarity rather than confusion. But remember, timing is everything. Those who prepare early, educate themselves, and stay alert will have the upper hand when the market doors finally open. So, if you're watching this right now, take a moment to like this video, subscribe for continuous updates, and share it with someone who needs to be in the know before the world catches on. This isn't financial hype. It's financial history unfolding in real time. The hidden memos have been exposed. The banks are already rolling out, and the only question left is, will you be ready when the first exchange window opens? Stay tuned, stay aware, and never underestimate how quickly the world can change when the truth finally comes to light.